Oh. Sitting here trying to figure out what is my son counting. It's the countdown. Not Europe's final countdown. Not that. I don't have that going on in the background. That's a definite copyright strike. I think. Probably. Should we let's you want out? We gotta let him roam, apparently. Is that's uh that's the only thing that makes everything okie dokie. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are live Trails to Azure. I think we have ourselves a dungeon. At Michelin. Maybe the end of the chapter or something rocking on. Let me get this little guy out because he's not gonna nap, unlike yesterday. If you're referring to me as the nerd is doing well. How's the nerd's audience doing? That's the next follow-up question, right? You unlike other people don't just answer that question before I even ask it. I gotta start learning that maybe when Quickly Dying comes into the chat, I just maybe just the ignorances, maybe? I don't know. It ignores them, maybe. I don't know. Regardless, Baker told me that we are far closer to the ending than I anticipated. I thought we were like halfway through the game, and I was a little like down in the dumps about like, oh man, 94 hours into this game, and I'm not even halfway done. That's yeah. Oh, I remember to turn on featured chat. I remembered to turn that on. That doesn't happen every day, but sometimes the brain keeps working. I wish I could have streamed yesterday, but timing of everything really didn't work out. As I said, here we are at Michelin. Basically, Crossbell has stated that they're going to become independent. They have melded together the CGF and the police, although we haven't gotten the down low on that. Arios McLean is the new Secretary of Defense for Mayor Kwa, and we were told, Morty, that he took Shizuku out from the hospital and then went to the SSS building and took Kia. So we sort of don't really know what's going on with that. So, which you want, Corey Carson? This one? Chrissy? You want Charlie? This one? All right, there we go. We got that. Everything's covered. So yeah, they feel there's a lot going on. I believe it mentioned them going to the Castle O'Mears here at Wonderland. So we do know that there's some crazy stuff going on here. And we did fight a sphinx, something. Oh, okay. These are new. These blue flowers. They are what caused these cryptid monsters to show up everywhere. So this is shit has hit the fan. If I was going to be speaking here, Pleroma grass. I couldn't remember the name of it. That was Mishy's flower bed. What? Correct. Was. Not anymore. Boy, just right on into it. So it's the same one that we fought from the East Crossbell Highway. The other one was the one that we met up in the wetlands. So yeah, I guess is this some type of weird enemy gauntlet? After the last stream, I went back to the hotel and rested up. That way everyone was well and covered, so no funny business is going on. So there's that. I guess we could know. Well, yeah. You know what? Baker brought this up a while ago. We haven't gotten into the habit of the clocks ups and the clock downs and all that stuff. You need to get into the habit of that because that was something that we forgot about, quite frankly. So that's what we're going to get into. Yes, advancing the turns. That's great. I wish this would work on more and more people, like including Ellie. I guess why can't she shower everybody with the thing? What do we want to analyze? The plant arm, the main Hydra plant. Probably that. Let's just get that out there. That way, if something does come up, we can do a little bit of damage. Poison 2. The typical thing with these enemies is if you use the, as you can see, the Mirage or the Time, they do far better damage than your normal ice, earth, fire, or wind attacks. So, you know, that's it. We can do a couple things to them, but I have a feeling that that's going to be a little worse for wears for us. Could we burn them? Burn that guy. Okay, so no burning, but it does look... We can roll their speed down, so the chrono down will work if we can get that going. That'll be a nice little touch if that works for us. Is that gonna nail everybody? No. Trying to think off the top of my head, what do we want to like? La Crest is probably a good start. Just getting those, you know, the defenses up would be a good start, I think, for us. For the stupidity of whatever these enemies are going to be throwing at us. That's the main concern we have. Oh, okay, yep. Oh, they see. And before, those guys didn't move, or they couldn't move. Now, like, I'm wondering if that they can sort of stumble around because of everything. Maybe that's how this is working. I'm unsure. We got what we needed though. We got the defense thing out, so now we can start to throw out some proper hurting spots here. So that's my guess. They're all going to be the same. I just don't know if I want to be. Is it Tio that's got the blind here? I just don't know. I wouldn't mind canceling that guy's. Another show? You have to start picking a show you're going to watch for more than 6 seconds. Coco Melon? Corey Carson Halloween? Do those take a while? Like, just like the planning penguins? Like you do, like, writing stuff down like you would in Persona or whatever? Little Baby Bum? Thomas? Blue's Clues? The Lorax? Consumi? You gotta pick a show. You don't have to pick a show? Can you turn off the heater for me? Turn off the heater? Yep, that one. Good job. It's more I'm planning for the DLC super boss. So is that like your typical like harder than the other bosses type of thing? Like you've got to be ready. I thought we had. I mean, I know Lloyd's got one. I don't think we can do. Yeah, the AT delay is not going to work on that guy. So I hate getting out of the middle of stuff here, but yeah, let's get out and whack him. 1600. That's pretty good damage. That's what I wanted to do. And of course we can't reach him. Oh my god. I hate stuff like this. Like, how are we... We're not close enough, but, like, you know, it's too bad, I guess. I'm hoping that Teal can reach him, otherwise he's gonna do something relatively stupid. Nope. Nope. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Alright, so I guess we're wearing whatever it is he's doing. God, that's stupid. Oh, and they're healing. Great. Yeah, I missed that part. Yeah, just keep doing the damage. So yeah, that's a lot going on. Jeez, buddy. Let's see what type of damage that's gonna do. Not bad. Uh-oh. Anything named reincarnation when you're already alive, I'm thinking bad things. Oh, those are beautiful eyes, though. This one? This is a very long... This is gonna hurt me, I think. This is what's gonna go. This is gonna lay a mark or two on me. It actually only killed one of us, actually. That's quite I mean, the damage was there. I mean, that would have wiped the floor with us if we didn't have that defense up. But, okay, we want to put on Mickey's Clubhouse. Mickey's Clubhouse? Okay, just making sure that we're all good. The next part of the prep is getting them to level. So what level are they currently with that? This seems like a lot of work. I've never played a Shin Megami Tensei game, so I'm sort of... I don't know how that all just sort of comes together and works, I guess. Oh, so maybe I'm the one that's confused then. So how does that work for, like, the characters? Like... Your character, like, so it's, I guess it's just like your personas. Your persona and your character both have different levels, right? Yeah, someone's got to get up there. This sucks. What a terrible fight this is. Okay, so she could reach it if she needs to. So we sort of need to keep her, you know, all settled here. It's not like Persona in the traditional sense. Okay, yeah, that's what I guess I was thinking it was, maybe. So, now that I've realized it is not. I want the lighter color one. Yep. No. We want this one. I think. Nope, the lighter color one. I was right the first time. God, I'm an idiot. Just zero paying attention here, looks like. Oh, God. I wasn't expecting all of this. This is a lot to take in. Oh, and she doesn't have any CP. Oh, well, we kerfuffled this up, it looks like. Is she going to be able to do breath, at least? Should get it off. It's not going to heal everyone like we want, but you have the MC Nahabino, then 3 Dons next to him, whatever that may mean. What are the Dons? Are those like normal demons? Oh, okay, demons. That's where we'll work together on this. Oh, this is all terrible. Oh, and they're like they're getting they're getting everything just working for them so well. Like, screw right off. Keep utilizing that. We'll just keep smarking at it, I guess. I would love... So, okay, so who is doing something? So Lloyd is doing something. So don't do a combo craft with Lloyd. That one could probably work. Can't you do one with everybody? For God's... This is exactly what I've been talking about. So, well, I mean, it's... okay, oh, you still can't get them all. Oh, for God's sakes. I mean, you don't want to waste it. Oh, for crap. I mean, that's going to be my best bet without wasting it, but I don't want to use Lloyd, and they're not close enough. Come on, like the missing. Oh, why are we having this happen? Why is this happening? We're definitely gonna need like a La Crest up again. That's for damn sure. If Lloyd could get that going sometime today, that thing's gonna attack. But the hope is that it probably is just gonna do a simple. Just a simple. I'm gonna call my fartsy arts now. That's probably not it. Okay, good. I was just gonna say, now where are my counterattacks here? It's getting a little on the nose here. Do I want to waste those points doing that? Probably. Why not? Get it out there. Lower them up. This might take a while. So he did exactly as I thought he was going to do. And now, thank God she can act again. Because I was going to say, that was going to get a little over the set. Oh, I didn't know she moved, but... Wait, they resisted something else there. I think that was my take. Oh. I'm hoping the thing just dies. That'd be a really nice, nice little touch. Let's take advantage of where we can and what we can do here. That might be enough. So you know, we're gonna get chomped here and there. Maybe okay, sure, yeah, chomp who you'd like, but take advantage of the defense down, and if he wants to do something crazy, he can not get it really off. So that's the damage we're looking at right there. Do that. And then Ellie will cancel your life again. Okay, that was a good recovery, Jordan. Great recovery. Oh man, sometimes it just works out well. This might even kill it, which will work out really well for everybody involved. Close enough? Yes. Well, we do have a team. So this is where you don't want to like screw these up. Like you can see, we got a team attack. You know, I'd like to take out these stupid tentacle things. So, Tio should be able to murder this thing. If she had something. You gotta be careful here. Like, see, then she's gonna use it. I don't want her to use it. I mean, I do, but can't reach it. So just stick with the plan. Oh, yeah, that thing's gonna get 2 attacks. I'm gonna probably take Lloyd and cause him to miss that. I'm not having him do that. There we go. Still didn't work out for us. So now oh god, I don't even know what they do. I don't even think the enemies do anything with the team rush attack. I don't think they do. The team Russian attack, I don't think they do. God, that sucked. That sucked. I mean, I get see what he does. The big thing ain't attacking, so yeah, let them do their little thing. As long as they don't move anybody away. Yeah, because they don't blow us away, so that's good. Everyone's gonna get some speed up. Ellie can finish that guy off. Everyone's okay. Okay. So this could have gone a very, very different direction. Very different. But looks like we've recovered nicely, I think. And maybe we can get lucky that the fight is over. You know, once you take care of the big part, you know, the tentacles just fall off. Maybe. No, we weren't that lucky. I mean, I would know that I wouldn't be that lucky. And look at the stupid healing again. Look at the stinking healing again. It's so garbage. You're gonna get that off on you again. I mean, I could. Nothing's really popping up that's gonna, you know, murder them, but I just hate those heals. Like, you know, I should get used to it. I've played these games what 5-6 times. Like, you know, it's you do get used to it. So, but you know, just beating them down here, we should be in a good spot here. Doesn't seem to be doing much for themselves, so Tia will probably miss this. Of course she would, because we read that like a... There we go. 1 to go. 1 to go. And that, you know, and this is a great opportunity here. Like, I didn't plan it this way, so don't go thinking that I'm some smart Japanese RPG player. But this worked out really, really well to get everyone's CP up and then get a heal going, like so. And, you know, don't think I'm blowing smoke here, folks. That was the plan, Stan, right there. I guess that could be really cool too. Just get everyone acting quickly. The less that guy acts, the better. We never analyzed him either. I guess we could use that with Tio. I mean, I hate to use the CP for, so I might use just a battle scope just to, but then that's the plan, is I wanted to get the drop in defense, but just that way in case we do run into these things again, we do know the plant arm. Its savage nature leads to attack any prey it finds. Well, okay, let's, oh yeah, this garbage is what we're, but again, that will grow the CP, you know, that's essentially what we want. So Randy might be able to get the kill here if we're smart about it. Oh, we got burst. I feel like we just use it, right? Because everyone gets an attack. A little over the top, maybe. I don't know if that would have carried over to the next fights, but he's over and done with. Yes! Oh. Everyone levels up, so my healing was for naught. We learned a new craft, Call to Surrender, and then Tio's got absolute 0 2. Wing is leveled up. Now a 50% chance. Wow. I can see what the point of like leveling those things up, because you're probably eventually gonna reach those 100%, right? I think my son gave me his cold or whatever it was. I've got a rancid sore throat at the moment. Probably talking on stream doesn't help that either, of course. So thinking about Kia is likely straight ahead. She was just here last time. So what could this all be about? Well, like, I think we're so the theory that I believe we're working with is, so if you take a deeper look at everything in the last stream, it sort of got explained and we came to the theory that's probably true. The Red Constellation, we believe, is in cahoots with Mayor Kwa, who is now President Kwa. We believe he was the one that hired the Red Constellation to do the contract of murdering the terrorists. Basically, this was Mayor Kwa at the time planned this all out, literally step by step, so that everything was going to be done for him, so that this would all lead to him being independent. Now, the only thing I don't know is, who is his backing? We're still running into the Bonerville, as we call it, and Calvard. Now, unless one of them is joining up with him, or if the Red Constellation and the Enhanced Jaggers are enough to fight back an army. That's about it. So you got till the weekend now. What to get everything to 99? Then I have a one-on-one, so it should calm down then. You have go-karting, starting day stuff. That sounds exciting. Who doesn't love good go-karting? Right. Alright, so again, we just beat off a boss, so save 215. So like I said, it was the Castle Mirrors. I don't know. This game doesn't like you to go anywhere else. I was just gonna say, like, yeah, like you can't, like, if you're told to go somewhere specifically, it doesn't let you go there. It's just, no, you got to go to Castle Mirrors. That's what it is. You don't want to pick up a Mishi or anything. That's the plan. You want to go to I can read. I promise you I can read. A proper go-karting place. My God, it was fun. Yeah, like you think of, like, place like me has, like, you know, a couple places, but like nothing. I think there is an actual proper go-karting place. I've never been to it. I've been to the one like by the beach who has the really shitty, you know, go-karts that go 20 kilometers an hour, but, you know, just fun to get out, you know, $2 a lap type of thing. But yeah, to go to a place that's got some proper carts and something that goes really fast and good grip, and you're not just held together by duct tape, and the helmets don't smell funny, that'd be it. Yeah, I mean, I was probably being on the low end 20 kilometers, but they probably don't go much more faster than 40. But you get a different sense of speed when you're so low to the ground of something that looks like it's going slower or faster, because just the way the ground is moving at you. So So much for that place just being the average theme park attraction. So if I'm trying to remember, when we were in the Castle of Mirrors, it was sort of like the Moon Temple. Or then there was the other temple as well. I couldn't remember it. But they were very similar. I really thought I kept my... Oh god. My Blue Yeti box. Because I don't really have a need for it. For this part now. This was the thing, if you can't tell, was what I held everything in before, and it's like it doesn't really come apart. Like, this is all just one hunk of metal, and I just have it on my desk, and like, what the hell am I gonna do with it? I mean, I thought, like, hey, maybe if I ever go back or I need to use this, or if I, you know, eventually get that Screaming Nook, you know, if everything can't be set up in a day, not that that would even work. Basically, with this boom arm stuff, unless it breaks, that's why I sort of want to keep it, just because then this becomes useless. But I know this castle is built because Belle proposed it. You mean like Maria Belle or like Cross Belle? We'll find out when we get inside. Oh, that's right. They also stole the Cross Bell from Cross Bell. That's like stealing the Liberty Bell from Philadelphia. The bell from Taco Bell. You can't do so. You're not allowed. Oh god. Is this another tough frenemy blocking our way? Oh great. Hell of a gauntlet challenge right here, if I do say. This is the enemy from the deserted mine. It's supposed to be the castle's look. I mean, it certainly could be, of course. On your guards and be ready to exterminate it. Oh, God. I mean, well, let's get the analyzer. Hopefully this guy doesn't have ads, call his allies, stuff like that. I hate when they do that type of stuff. But, you know, sticking with our plan as we did, get everyone acting quickly. Will work out well. Is the place like you're thinking of? Is that an outside go-kart place or an indoor? I would assume, like with the weather in the UK, only assumingly. Like, I don't know if it snows terribly like it does here, or if you guys even do get snow. But these things do. Grants a blessing. Oh, that could be really nice. Generates a barrier which reflects one orbital art. See, that could be good too. Like, it's not the defense that we're after, but that is pretty good. Alright. Alright, and then we're going to use Analyze on this thing, just to, when we do get to eventually do some damage, we can figure out what we got to do to him. Oh god, yes. The Fairy Drake. Cryptid in the shape of a dragon, distorts space and time. Oh, is this the thing that makes us disappear? Oh god. No, okay. Now, buddy, you can't have everything just up there like that. So we're gonna throw those down. Have your buses down there. There you go. Okay, that was a good whack. Thank God everyone's still in the circle. I mean, here in Ontario, we got another lockdown. God knows when those. I mean, I think I haven't paid attention to the news because I don't even care anymore. But I think. January 31st, there's opening restaurants again, but I don't know about other things. Like, I'd like to go back to play hockey again. Oh, it's just, I don't even know if they actually release those things or not, so I'm just gonna sit there and assume not. Calamity, so is that one? No, it's the light one, which he does not have. So what's the next best thing? Earth, actually. So you could throw that out there. He's a little ways away here, so, let's get something going. Oh. Hope this doesn't hurt us. Oh god, that hurt us. Yep. Wait, so what is wrong with me right there? Something. We could probably just use an energy circle, so I'm not too concerned about that. We'll get this right here with her. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure he does not get that double attack. That's a for sure not happening. Not on our watch. When does he get the frickin' gun? Right? When does that happen? Well, there goes all that beautiful CP, but, you know, it's better than being wasted or this guy getting double attacks, which I'm not interested. That was a lot of damage. 7,000? Yeah, and I guess, like, I don't know, do we want to use that? Like, use Quake? Get him out there. How far are we in the game? So, Chapter 4. I believe it's nearing the end of Chapter 4. This feels like, you know, an end to a chapter thing, right? Makes sense. 94 hours, but you know, if you're aware of the Jordan multiplier, you know, like hours in a game is irrelevant. So I was told it was 8. And I don't know where I got that from. I thought I got that from Baker, but I think I'm very, very wrong. Because I believe he told me. Well, no, maybe it is. It's still. But so there's this chapter. There's a very small chapter apparently next, and then it's the end chapter. So maybe there's, I don't know. So what we're like, I mean, everything's being explained story-wise now, so like we're getting an idea of, like, you know, this game could wrap up in 2 chapters per se, but I don't know if it does. That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. So, yeah, do we just want to keep doing this? I think so. Right? Just keep advancing turns for people. Just keep that going. We got the speed, and, you know, everything's just hunky-dory for everybody. Do you have enough for your you do not. Okay, so we're gonna have to use some real stuff here. That I don't know. I heard there was 8. So like that's where I sort of said, like, okay, we're halfway through 94 hours. How is this game like 180 hours? Like I've played games that are that long, Persona. But apparently it might be 6 chapters. Which might sound a little bit more on it, but then, so this game does the weird thing of, like, there's the epilogue, then there's the prologue, and then there's the chapters. So like, when we first started the series, I was unaware of, like, oh, are people counting the epilogue and the prologue as a chapter, or is it separate? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. But Baker, he explained it to me, but I've already forgotten because I'm stupid. So let me get a show on here for my son again. See what he wants. Okay, buddy. I can put that on for you. This one? This one? The car wash? Okay. Carl's Car Wash 2. I didn't even know there was a Carl's Car Wash 1, but apparently there is. So, what were we doing here? I think Calamity Edge? No, we want the light one. That's okay. That's what we want to do. Probably drop down something. I don't know. Just stop thinking about everything going on right now. What is this? Okay, no. Chrono. Oh, can we do that? We could drop his speed down, it looks like. It might be worthy. Sure. Throw it out there. This fight's going better than the last time so far. He hasn't thrown out anything, you know, that's surprised me here. Of course, he's gonna get a nice heal there, so that's a piss off. But did you get up to anything exciting on the weekend other than just playing Shin Megami Tensei there, Penguins, or no? So it's the light one, right? Yes, it's the light one. Okay, so yes. Everything's going good here. I want Ellie to have that. I want to actually do that move. All right, still going well. No? Nice. Are you guys locked down again like we are in... You guys have a Costco in the UK? I guess why wouldn't you, right? Yeah, they locked us down. But like, I don't know, like, I always hear things about, like, I don't know if you guys were in sort of a lock, like, we call it a lockdown. Like, you can still go there. Well, you always could go to the grocery store, but we were Like we can't go to a restaurant. We can't go like go any places. Things aren't open type of thing. It's just basically for your bare basics type of thing. So we're going to be releasing lockdown stuff by this Friday. Back to Plan A, not Plan... So what was Plan A, good or bad? Alright, so yeah, I hate to use that because... Oh, I have the burst as well. Take advantage of that. You didn't even pay attention. I just noticed a little subtle glow. Plan A is less restrictions. Okay. I guess that would be the good one, right? It should be the end-all be-all for this guy. Yeah, I think we're going back to like restaurants at 50% capacity at the end of the month, I think. But I don't know, like for stuff like I said, like I want to go back to playing hockey. I don't know if gyms are opening, like that's sort of like recreation centers, that type of stuff. So just Randy leveled up. That was the only guy to get level 78. Whatever a heal's gonna do for us. Okay, that guy is very angry, very hangry. I mean, he just maybe needs a Snickers or something. Yeah, let's does someone have a heal? Like, you know, like a Spirit Breaker? Wait, are we gonna replace HP2 with a heal? So what is that offering us now? 3? That's gonna be 4, and HP slowly I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. What's a shield? 3 is better. I don't think you're getting anything out of it, unfortunately, so... Where's that? We're getting stuff, so yeah, throw that on there. Good job, Teal. Let's make sure everyone's got a breaker. Yep, all good. Now we're gonna save, because we're never gonna reach 400 saves for Wolf Slayer if we keep just doing this silliness. I don't even think, like, to be honest, the actual dungeon's even started yet. Like, I think it's in here is where the dungeon is starting. Like I said, it looks very much like the temple, so. The Castle of Mirrors, right, yeah, we were here briefly. Very briefly. So what is happening here? Well, that's what we don't know. I'm just gonna grab a beverage. We'll be right back. Check up on the cats. All the cats are lazy, sleeping on the bed, but they're all sleeping on the bed together, which is nice. So what's going on here? Like I said, we were here before visiting while we were playing Tourist Attractor. Now I believe this is where Key has been brought by Arios McLean. That's John McClane's brother. That's where he got all the hair, and where John McClane lost the hair. Like that's that type of thing. So. I'm sorry, where are we going? The stairs? Is that where we want to go? Someone's probably locked the door. Are you kidding me? It's not going to be that easy. See? Randy's paying attention. He knows what's going on. Been to the castle before, but I have no idea what could possibly cause that. What's up, buddy? Want a different show? What's wrong with Carl's car wash? Despite the fact that it doesn't look like there's a lot of car washing going on. Have I mentioned how much I hate Prime? Like, their menu is terrible. This one? That one? Like, you hit back, like, it's not like Netflix where you can just hit back to go back to the home menu. You have to hit back like 1,000 times because you get into some sort of weird sub-menu of weird shows. Like, and how come Prime hasn't added any of the James Bonds yet? Like, you bought it. Did they buy? No, I think they bought MGM. They didn't buy the Bond, but the Bond thing came with MGM. I think MGM owns the Bond. I don't know. Just give me James Bond stuff to watch, okay? I'm not going. I can't go to a movie theater. Okay, don't make me get it by illegal means here. Don't make me stream it somewhere that, you know. just that's what everyone does, right? How did we lose the fight? Remember when Netflix was the only thing on the, you know, in the town? Everyone was happy. You'd still sort of pay for cable if you wanted to. I'm a moron. I still pay for cable for whatever reason, I don't know. And then you said Netflix. That's where you got all your movies and stuff like that. Everything was fine. And now everybody's got to get their own streaming service. So no one pays for cable, but now you're paying for 4 separate, you know, streaming services. I mean, like, I get Amazon Prime with the Prime subscription. Fine. Netflix is just, you know, you need it. And then what else do I have? Disney Plus. And then what's the other one I think I have? Oh, I think I keep thinking of YouTube as another one, but no, it's not really. That ain't it. Okay, so I like to start my way left to right. That's just essentially how we'll work this. And then I assume you're gonna have to finish both anyways. You know, flip a switch here, flip a switch over there, and you'll probably open up the middle door, and that'll be great. Now we're fighting some wonderful looking butterflies. Ray Callums. Sorry about it, Ray. I didn't realize we were gonna off yourselves here, but didn't even get a chance to analyze them out there. But you know, that's fine. Hey, everyone's leveling up. That's great. That is great. Oh. Shield 3. And at last, he moved his hands from behind his back. Small enough to fit over his palms was a chest. One of a dark cherry redwood frame with a steel that was painstakingly etched, end to end with flora and fauna. Oh, Penguins, I want to ask you a question if you're still here. Have you... Now, like, do you use the... Like, you into retro anything? Like on the Nintendo side of things? I'm trying to figure a way of getting a way for retro games like the... you know how Nintendo released their new Nintendo Online service? Well, it's not new, but I mean, they added the N64, they added Sega Genesis and stuff like that. But they also released, like, the 64 controller and stuff like that. So I've been interested, like... You know, now that I'm going down that rabbit hole, I wanted to know if those were like Bluetooth controllers, because I'd love to play with those controllers, but I'm not. Like, an N64 is so old, but it's so, like, you can't play with this. You can't. It's just, it doesn't really work well. It doesn't, like, the same with the GameCube. I have seen, I think the Switch GameCube controllers are also Bluetooth. So those are simple, and those are, like, readily available, but that's dropping a few bucks on those things, but I don't want to buy them if they don't work. That's my take. Okay. I thought something was up with these clocks. Apparently not. So there's just going to be 2 treasure chests and, you know, float your boat. No one's going to tell you what we have to... Oh, hi, sir. You're freaking out. Still able to get the jump on you, though, whatever the hell this thing is. I think he's got the... Oh, you're still not going to do it in time, though, dude, so just wear it. Just murder it. Anime time, as one does. This thing didn't stand a poor chance. At least it doesn't explode in our face like a terrible penis would. Oh, okay, so I keep thinking that clock is going to murder me. Secret of Arcadia, what? Where do treasure chests come from? Well, when a carpenter and a pile of lumber love each other very much, right? And things are going to go in some interesting directions, eh? No wonder they call them Detour Qua. Oh, that's a funny joke. So, I want to just see if I literally missed something down the other way here. I thought maybe I did. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. because that's a direct possibility. I'm looking here, I'm looking there, I'm looking everywhere. It was bound to happen. Oy vey. Well, it feels like I've been streaming for like hours, and it's only been 50 minutes. Usually it's the other way around. Like, not that I haven't been enjoying, but usually it's the other way around. Of like, I look at the clock, I'm like, oh my god, it's 4 o'clock. Where did that happen? Time flies when you're having fun. Is that the saying? Okay, so we didn't miss anything. Okay, I was checking. You know what? I still feel stupid. No, stop going back there. There's nothing there. I'm overthinking everything here. I don't know why, but all right. Finally, we're gonna battle one. I thought there would have been something to do with that. With that clock. You know, the timing of something. No. You're not doing any of your funky chicken business stuff here. We're not allowing that to happen. Okay, sir, ma'am. We're gonna analyze you, and we're gonna figure out what makes you tick. Yeah, we're gonna get that extra little defense, or no, experience points. That's it. I can speak. Oh, you're gonna try that again. Oh, I thought your friend would also try that. Oh, that didn't work out well for you now, did? Oh, jeebus. All right, got rid of the guy who's gonna do the death. Now Tio's gonna do death. That's never worked out well for anybody here. Well, I mean, might as well get in there, see if we can do. Oh, okay. Now, see, this is where I'm gonna kick myself. A little bit of a boop didn't do anything to me, oddly enough. And then this thing gets 8 attacks for some apparent reason. Yeah, the RNG gods are. Oh, I didn't even see there was 3 of them. Oh, that's terrible. Wait, I think, is that where she wants, is that where she ends, maybe? It might be. She didn't even move. Alright, I'm an idiot. There we go. Star Guardian. I'll finish you off the fusing tomorrow. What sucks about that stuff, it's like, you need to be in the right mindset. Like you said, like, it's one of those things of where, like, it's so monotonous, right? Like, you don't know what you're doing, what you have to stroll around with or anything, right? Like, and you know, and it sucks, right? Oh god. Hey, that guy's helping us. Okay, maybe we should stop attacking him. I mean, that's like, as much as I want to, like, I'm trying to get into my headspace myself here of, no, I think we're relatively maybe 5 streams from finishing this, would probably be my honest to goodness guess. And I want to play Cold Steel, like, right into it, but I also have the Halo stuff we're working on. I have Hades we haven't touched in probably a month, to be honest. Oh, this sucks. We just got bamboozled by getting vanished there. That was hilarious. I didn't expect that to happen. That was really weird. Oh, Lloyd, you've got to get some moves here. This sucks for you. come on, you can't reach all 3. This stuff sucks. Call the dog. Dog the bounty hunter. He comes in. He's helpful. Hopefully he's gonna do something to actually help us. How? I don't know what that's gonna do to these things. Just as long as they don't murder me or... Oh, defense down and AT delay. That was great actually. Oh, does this make people vanish? Oh, so that doesn't make people vanish. He just had the shitty thing off. Oh, okay, that's why that happened. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's what you're doing. Oh, Death Spy. That sounds great. I remember Joshua using that thing. Okay, remember me coming back and saying like, oh, these are all good things that I could be murdering people with, right? Let's roll that out. Oh, does everyone just like get their, healed up? I guess so. Oh, come on. Lloyd needs some movement or something here. My God. That was a good call. Really good call. Like, look how far Randy can go. And to think of, like, now that we've lost Noelle and Wazy, like, Wazy was out of nowhere. I didn't get why he left the party. Like, he just left at the, at the day. What's the matter, dude? Another show? Do you want to have a nap? Have a nap? Have a nap? You need a nap, dude.
No.
Yes. Bath song? E-I-E-I-O? Baby Shark? Baby Shark? This one? Of course, we love Baby Shark around here. Obviously, it's great. Yeah, there's definitely going to have something to do with these clocks. We're going to have to cock them or something, I think. Shark, do 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 do, baby shark. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. That, I almost got caught there. That was also really terrible. Shark, do 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 do. Can you say shark? Maybe? Oh, God. Oh, do not kill me. Do not kill me. Oh, these things are terrible. So here's where it's just better to just die. Like, just to get the retry. I'm losing my CP. Like, I'm losing everything. Just lose that. Who cares? They're probably gonna murder me anyways. And that's all because I wasn't able to get the quick attack on it. So terrible. So terrible. My God. Like, is Death Spiral doing something that I'm unaware of here? It must be. Just throw this out there. I'm gonna build it up anyways. Teal can use the energy circle. Yeah, like these aren't enemies you want to shake a stick at, to be honest. Of course, of all people you attack her. Garbage. Oh, and then you get to see the other garbage. You get to see the other garbage of, like, that guy's gonna get another attack. So I gotta murder him so he doesn't get the double attack to get the death move. Okay, that's great. Well, I'm gonna take that from you, bud. So it's so, the RNG is just ridiculous sometimes. Like, and nothing to complain or bitch about, but to realize, like, really, like, that's the direction you're going sometimes. Like, Shark, do 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 do. You wave to them. Yeah, turn around so I can get the easy hit. No. See, I need to get healed. So I need this thing to turn around, not notice me. Get that. And watch. Instead of having like... Oh, I was just going to say, instead of having like 5 people right there, maybe they're going to screw me. Unfortunately, Lloyd doesn't have a... He does... Oh, is he going to get wasted? Could you imagine? No, he doesn't even have breath. No. Are you kidding me sometimes? Like, yeah, let's... You know what makes sense? Just miss the enemy that we've been trying to murder here. And they don't stand a chance here. Yes, buddy. You like your TV show? Yeah, that's good. Are those baby ducks? They go quack. Ducks go quack. Thank God we got some clear gelatin for everyone. Okay, so now I'm not dicking around here. I'm not dicking around. Holy breath just costs so much. It's terrible. I still want to know what's going on with the clocks. I need to know. Oh, how do you know what way that thing's facing? How do you know? It's 6:25 and it's damn slow. It is. It's weird. Like, feels like time is like going super slow somehow. Can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's the end of the world happening. I don't know. Didn't someone like message or say something like February 1st shit's hitting the fan. I don't know what it was in reference to. Oh god. Yeah, well I guess we're just gonna wear this. Oh, you just confused us all. Great. Great, when does this go away? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding? And now there's 2 deaths happening. Oh, thank God you blew it. Of course you would. Of course you would. Oh, game, just stop. I don't even know what I can... You play it handheld or docked mode? I could grind in DQ 11, that's in 3... Yeah. Yep, vanish someone else, there we go. Yep, we're just eliminating everybody here. This has gone so well. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Snuffed out. Docked only when you stream. That was a methodical murder right there. Like, methodical. Didn't even get a chance. Dead. She actually has a chance to do something. Wow. This is the 3rd retry in a dungeon, and I love the option. Like, I love the option retry to lower diff. Not that I want to. It's not that it was diff. You just get caught like right off the hop. What now? I don't have that? Are you kidding me? It probably doesn't even work. I think the death blow works on this Moon Guardian. I highly doubt it. So then that's a waste. I probably should have used it on the other thing. Does she have something? The weirdest of things, she doesn't have a cancel effect. Are you kidding me right now? Of all people? I thought we were done with this garbage. Alright, here comes the confusion. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh, thank God that didn't work. Oh, is this the confusion? Maybe this is the confusion. God. We got something in a line. We can nail them both, or at least one. Okay, Lloyd, get up there and do something with your life. Oh, stop with the garbage. Okay, I'll take that. A couple of blows straight to the noggin of that thing. Like, it's not like these things I'm not finding, okay, not difficult, but like, okay, can we find like a direction you're facing? Oh, maybe if I looked at my map, I would know. There we go. That's what I want. At least I want one of those to give me an opportunity to heal or do something. Oh, so that doesn't heal Ellie? That sucks. Oh well. Better than not getting anybody out. Yeah, just throw that on her, and then we can still not gonna miss the attack we wanted. There we go. Why don't you sit down and watch your show? I mean, the thing had a smile on its face when we did murder it, you know. So, thanks for the sedative, by the way. Yeah. So I guess this is the confusing part. Because we could have went through that door there. But I feel like if I went, well, I don't know. Like, we could have went through that door. Like, I feel like if, you know, there's something beyond that door that, like, every time I think of, like, I should probably go there, I'm missing something. Turn around. Did they speak Spanish there? Is that what that was? Or... I'm afraid of these enemies. Like, I honestly am afraid of what are they gonna do? It's weird. Weird? Yes, everything is weird. I'm like the 10% of people who use the Switch undocked. Yeah, I said before myself, like, I'm one of the I never play it docked. Never. I like playing it, you know, on my TV or using my monitor, obviously. But that's the way I prefer to have it. I don't really go anywhere with it. That's the thing, right? Hey, nice little freeze. There we go. Guess we figured that guy out. Now we gotta figure this guy out. Don't waste your guard, and it's good. Yeah, everybody. But you know what? It's great that it's so. Wait, did that not? So that didn't work because he's frozen. Are you kidding? Or because it was guarded? If I'm using it docked, it feels weird. That's fair. That was so weird, just because it was... If you have the guard up, you still can't analyze, you can't do anything. Oh, that's so stupid. That shit in armor. ZCF and Michelin Wonderland collaborated to invent new playground equipment, but after months of work, all they came up with was a swing and a mesh. That's a good joke. Oh, I thought that was like somewhere we could go. I guess not. Well, let's see if the do you have the swolled one they talked about, the swolled? God, if anything, well, no, I want more movement. I think you just have the normal one, right? We probably talked about this before. Oh, it was like, did I miss that spot? I'm gonna be really mad if I miss that spot. It's good battery life. I don't know if the the OLED model is any better. But I have to assume just like you know, like with phones and everything, like Nintendo probably figured out to at least squeeze another extra battery hour out of the SWOLED one. And then the same for the, like, look at the Valve deck. Like, what is that thing's battery life? I have to assume that thing's battery life is terrible. I have to assume. Like, I mean, I shouldn't assume, but like, that's basically a very, you know, that's a sizable PC in a handheld thing. There's no way you're getting Nintendo Switch things out. It's so weird, like, when you compare it to the DS, which I remember, like, you could have the DS last for, like, a week of heavy play. And it would never, you know, it wouldn't die, right? Light lasts 2 to 3-ish hours. That's still enough for a session, though, I think. Are there people really playing it longer than that in that spot? Genevieve recognized the craftsmanship right away. No one held the same love for carpentry as her one and only Jubilee. As she made to snatch it from Cyril's hands, he raised it over his head. That's probably someone else's, the night play. Lumiere! Well, these better be good for somebody. Just the speed. Repels Orbital Arts. I mean, I think that alone is right what we need. I spent an hour and a half in the Forge and so you're playing DQ11 in on the Switch? Nice. DQS? Oh, thank you for the healing. I feel bad now. I just, you know, whacked him, but. Oh. No. I don't want to have him do that. You're playing DQuest 11 with enemies being super strong too. Oh, that's everything. Yeah, I guess if we make things vanish, yep, we just get it, right? Yeah, like I own the original on my PlayStation 4, and then like I've always been meaning to play the S version. It's on Game Pass. I heard it's leaving Game Pass like next year, so is a year enough to play DQ11, or maybe just buy it, right? Because that thing's been out for a while. I probably should just buy it. But I'm always again like I bought that on day one on my PlayStation. I still haven't finished. What's wrong with me? Definitive. Well, I like that. Like it's sort of like Halo, right? There's those things where you can hit the button and it goes back to the old look, and then the same is with isn't the music redone? Or there's like some more orchestra music or something like that. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the chestiest of them all? Not me. Maybe Ellie. Maybe. Oh god. I want that thing to turn around just so I can get the analyze. But then we'll probably miss the analyze because it'll be just the Team Rush murder. Which is fine. So what are the other like quality of life features on it? Yeah, I'm not wasting my time with these things. I want to know what makes this thing tick. Had enough of it. The luminous statue, an evil statue from another world that typically uses mirage arts. Well, screw you, applesauce. We're not having any parts of that. The Forge is accessible in the that alone. I never really used the horse. I don't know why. I always found like just stumbling around the world like at running speed was good for me, but maybe I didn't even know there was multiple acts in that game. So that just tells you like I got to the through the octopus. That's as far as I got, and then I got upset and cried and Yeah, so what was the old way of getting stuff? Just from drops, right? So you can buy things? Oh my god. It just gets better and better. I usually follow, like, I don't usually. I follow Wario64 on Twitter, and he usually puts before Xbox states that they're removing games from Game Pass, and he shared like an old like tidbit of like when games are going to be leaving Game Pass. I got a little worried because I saw like some of the Yakuza games, like the ones that I haven't played, of course, and then Dragon Quest XI S was on there, but that was for January of 2023. Oh, yeah, like that was a tough fight. I think I was told by Baker I was doing it wrong. If there's a way to explain it. Like, I think I never really looked into the systems much because I never played any Dragon Quest game before, right? That was sort of my thing. I was always a Final Fantasy guy, so like I never really knew what I was getting into, and then like that was like the first test, I guess you could say. And I was jumping around on people's weapons and stuff, like, you know, oh, like, sometimes I'm going to have the guy use a great sword and then jump back to sword and shield. Like, you can't do that, apparently. So, and I think Eric I was switching weapons with from the boomerang to something else. And then the one weapon that you do use, it's not a good weapon because he has a bad attack with it. I can't remember it's the ins and outs. It's just, I almost, like... It played great. It looked great. Like, part of me is like, how have I not jumped on into that? But the last thing anyone needs, especially of me, is another Japanese RPG to get into. It's on the list, for sure. I think it is. I'm gonna be upset if it's not on my Discord list. Because we've given it so. I think we tried to play that game just like Nier Automata. That's a different story. Twice on stream, and I don't know what it is about it. I think Nier I got frustrated. Oh, did I make a wrong? I'm an idiot. I think Nier I got a little annoyed with a direction of a quest and like, oh, where do I have to go? What do I need to do? Type of thing. But I think I figured like just drop it down on the easiest difficulty and run around looking cool and fly. That's the way to do it. I hate. Why do you have to get these things? So we'll find a way. Yeah, that's the way to approach that one. You got some snacks? Yeah, good stuff, buddy. Man couldn't beat Persona 4 without mod. Now let's be clear here. I didn't have any mods that helped me out. I would argue more so Persona 3 was a tougher game, and I had some mods. But again, I didn't have anything that made it easier. I had some balance patches. Now you know the sad part is. So like I had like redone everything with the emulators and the ROMs. I don't know if I could redo the Persona 3 thing. I don't think that was like the Persona 4. It's the same thing, but you have to do them a different way. I don't think I could do it again for Persona 3. Has Sony announced their plans like to compete with Game Pass yet? Like what they were doing? I thought I heard a rumor they were doing something like to compete with Game Pass, and I had heard the rumor of like they were just going to combine PS Now and PS Plus together for maybe a little bit less money. Because I enjoyed PS Now, but it was expensive, and they still didn't have all the game. Like, they still didn't have all the things that I would like added on, I guess to say. Like, okay, well, can we go down here? Yeah, I can't go down. Wait for Mike. They won't. Phil Spencer is sort of like, he didn't touch on that, saying like we're not doing that, but he said competition is good. Like, that's sort of the thing you don't want. Like, if Microsoft just goes out and buys Nintendo and Sony, like, that doesn't make anything better for gamers. Arguably, it probably makes it worse, to be honest. I mean, I always remember the rumors still of like, I mean, I'm actually surprised no one's actually, like, maybe that Sony hasn't bought, like, Sega. Right? Because that's, you know, when Jeff Keighley shared how the market caps of everything and sort of showing how cheap everything sort of was, I was a little like, oh, like, why don't they, you know, it's chump change. Like, we just saw what Microsoft spent for Activision and ZeniMax. It's a lot of change, but like, first of all, like, that would have to be the thing of, like, I don't know the ins and outs of business, like, because Sony and Nintendo, they're both on the stock market, right? Like, I don't, like, can someone just come in and go, I'm buying all of your stock? Like, is that how that works? Like, because Activision was a publicly traded company, but I'm sure, but that wasn't how that deal went down. They were offered, usually the way it works is you offer more money than what your stock is worth, like just a little bit, like $5 more per stock or something, so that all of the shareholders are gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna be super rich from a buyout, and then everyone's happy. But like, can they just, like, could they just go and say, like, could Microsoft go on the Japanese stock market and buy 51% of the shares of Nintendo? I don't know how that works. I'm not into it. Like, I've always heard Nintendo and Sony are not for sale. And you have to remember, like, Microsoft's huge, $1 trillion company. Nintendo's like a $100 billion business. I think Sony is a $120 billion business, but Sony is, like, I would argue Nintendo's bigger than Sony, the PlayStation wise, because PlayStation is such a small part of Sony, whereas Nintendo is just Nintendo. It's games. Like, same with Microsoft. The Xbox division is very tiny. They're trying to make a dent, but they've always made their money on Windows, right? It's just, if you haven't watched it, there's a great docuseries made by Xbox on YouTube. And it takes their console business from the beginning to present, sort of like they're taking, like, in sort of shows like Bill Gates having to get on board, and at the time when Xbox was launching, Bill Gates was sort of getting on his way out of being the CEO. He was just going to be like head chair or whatever it was, something like that. So they have to be like, hey, can we get the okay? Like, this is going to cost probably $1 billion. Can we get the okay? It's like, well, even though I'm still in charge, I got to ask the next guy to make sure it's okay, that we go forward with it. And then, like, you learn, like, that Bill's a little bit of a dickhead at times or whatever. I mean, not knowing all the stuff that people know now of, like, wasn't there, like, the things of, like, he sounded like he's a little bit of a creep in the Microsoft offices. Dragon Vision. Archon Ciel tried to recruit me as a stage prop, but I hate being boxed into only one kind of role. I want to see what this Dragon Breath is. It's probably not going to be for me. Maybe for Gain C. See, I like that. Oh, that's on the field though. What is this? You kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? So what is Invigorate 4? That's just so good. Now, whether I wanted that one as well. See, that's 5. So you lose a little bit of it. But you're gaining those extra 2. So are we gaining anything new by putting that on? No, doesn't look like. But I do like gaining CP. But is that worth losing the strength? I don't think so. Not in my professional opinion. Wait, so did we just end up right back at the entrance again? Oh no! So like that looks like that's Crossbell's bell that they stole. Well, we made it. The top floor.
でもキーヤちゃんもアリオスさんもいないみたいだけど。
No sign of anybody, quite frankly, Ellie.
前に訪れた時には気づきませんでしたが、あの光っている大鏡の奥に
I believe there's a hidden area behind the large mirror.
本当か?
はい、かなりの霊力が。
Yes, that is where the spiritual energy is flowing into. That's likely our final destination. Great movies, right? No. And then that old man doesn't have anywhere to run. What? That old man, are you forgetting about someone like, oh, I don't know, Arios? You know, the guy that we don't even stand a chance against, all four of us together? Yeah, whatever you say, Lloyd. Whatever you say, buds. Alright. Good chit chat. Alright, so I remember this from like another. I thought that was a thing. Alright, so is that gonna be it's a whole other area. Like, I'm not turning down, you know, stumbling around here to find a nice new area. To get some, like, that, of all things, that chest is probably, like, you need to be level 85 to do something about this crap. Morty. There we go. You know what's funny? I think about this more and more the more I stream Penguins. You think as a streamer that the weekends are where it's at to stream, but in reality, I feel like it's not always really the best time. I think people like to veg out on their weekends. Well, use it again. I don't stream for the numbers, for the people to watch or anything like that, but it's just I always find it common. There's more people generally in my stream through the work week watching me while they work than there is on a weekend when I would assumingly assume they have the day off. If you guys could just all get into a nice little wait, you're gonna act? No, you're not doing that. Do I have to jump over there and grab? Oh, gee, do you have something of a line? There we go. Oh, he's too far. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Is this gonna be like, really? Oh, they resisted the KO, but regardless, they're still dead. Why don't you both do? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, both of you dead. Both of you dead. Good night. Here, move on over there. It's not like it's going. Now, of course, Lloyd will miss this attack because that's. Oh, I didn't realize that. Shit. I thought that thing was near death. I paid for that one. God damn it. Every time, like, what am I doing here? Like, can I pay attention for 5 seconds? Now, like, Teal just lost her 200 CP that she had because I wasn't paying attention. God. What'd you like on, dude? Can you eat your snacks? Want E-I-E-I-O? Humpty Dumpty? Bat song? Baby Shark? This one? Okay. Yeah, and then of course when we do go to cancel it, when I am paying attention, that's when, you know, you just murder it. Criminal! Are you back because you thought I was bootyful? Oh, that's pretty good. What is that one that we just got? Criminal. Offensive arts deal critical damage 30% of the time? That's huge! So what do we do now? Attacks have a chance to inflict. Yeah, we're going with criminal. I don't know what we gained from that. Couple things. Oh, I think we lost. But so what do we have before? I think it was force. That one's high level. Strength is there. No, it was juggler actually. So we still haven't gotten any master arts out of anything there. Maybe throw the force on there, maybe for now. Because that gives them a good round for that. All right, we'll go with that again. I'm gonna go back to the other set of stairs. Get this. And don't attack it, you moron. I don't know if these get our CP up. Maybe they do. I don't think they do. They never did before. I don't know why I thought, no. Just Jordan's being an idiot. Yeah, so there's something behind that large mirror, but we can go down here. I'm like, can we see it? Like, we can see that it's something. Probably gonna have to go down below. Back away. Thank you for giving me that option. Not a lot of games would give you that option, unfortunately. Because... oh. Where is this leading me? I'm so confused. You know, I like to be thorough, but... nice little spiral staircase. Sad to see it. Wait, sad to see what? What did I miss? Probably missed a lot of things. Yeah, where does this lead? Oh, so... so that's just the main entrance. Okay. You know what's funny? I've, my computer screen... yeah. Will go blank. Like, it loses its signal for a second. And I've been trying to figure out if it's... like, because it doesn't go out for you guys. So meaning you, it's got to be the switcher or the cable I've got. But my switcher works on both things and doesn't do it to the PlayStation. So, but I replaced the cord before and it didn't. I don't know. I'm just speaking out loud here. Well, let's see what we got here. So I'm trying to think. So I have my 3060 has one HDMI and 3 display ports. This monitor uses DisplayPort. This monitor that I generally play from is an HDMI, but it also has the switcher to it, which is got my capture card from my PlayStation and my Switch, and then from the PC. So I'm trying to figure if it's the, like, I was looking at it yesterday, I was trying to ring it through my head. Like, the problem is that, like, there's no, I don't think there's like there's not a switch that does HDMI and DisplayPort. It's all one or the other, and the PlayStation, like the capture card, is not DisplayPort. It's HDMI. I wish like there'd be an option for those two. Not that I would probably bother with one, but I could have sworn I've replaced my HDMI cable 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, well, it's not the cable. I bought a new switcher. That wasn't the problem. So I can't figure where the hiccup is. And it's not like it's like it wouldn't be destroyed. Like I said, you guys don't even notice it. The only time it's ever a problem is if you're playing like a racing game or something. Like, you know, you not being able to see where you're going for half a second is terrible. I saw that. Yeah, he did, because he did an HDMI one, and then he did one on DisplayPorts. I've always liked DisplayPort better than HDMI. HDMI, everyone, I don't understand why more people don't use DisplayPort. That's an open source cable, whereas everyone's got to pay to use HDMI, but because it's just everyone's so used to it, like a DisplayPort and HDMI are equally the exact same. They both carry audio and video signal digitally, but everyone prefers HDMI, or that's the norm, I guess. What are you doing, Takia? And I see the Steel Maiden. No, that's Maria Bell. I was going to say the Steel Maiden's got new different colored armor. No, that's Maria Bell. Okay. Shit's got really out there. I mean, do we stand a chance? Do we stand a chance against Arios? Let alone, I don't even know what Maria Bell is capable of. Oh, Chesty LaRue. Oh, isn't it obvious? It's a rightful descendant of the Kwa family that inherited the goddess Wait, so what's the goddess treasure? It's only natural that I carry out my duty. Thank God Lloyd and I are both confused about this. It cannot be like the Orioli that appeared in Liberal? So we know! That'll make it a little bit easier. We don't have to explain everything, right? I don't believe ever hearing about this. Septarians? Hence why they're the elite and almighty, right? I remember when I was watching the display cables, DisplayPort cables from Linus. I watched it yesterday. I remember like the one thing that shocked him was like, because like with the HDMI ones, when he's buying all the cheap cables and did the test, like a lot of them didn't even pass the basic test. But with the DisplayPort, every single one of the basic cables passed the test. Like you weren't getting screwed on anything. That's what I like. That's why I like DisplayPort better. But I wish that, you know, there's money being exchanged. Like I'm sure that's just the way they agree to things. But like, I just think it's a superior product, and I wish more TVs would go that way. Monitors are starting to wake up, at least offering at least an HDMI and a DisplayPort. And then if it's really old, you have the DVI and shit, stuff like that. But shopping around for monitors, even still, usually it's the cheap ones. Like I'm not trying to cheap out on a monitor. I really want to get a good set of them. But you need, like, usually if they're dirt cheap, it's because A, they don't have HDMI 2.0, which you need to start showing the resolutions and take advantage of the hardware you have, or they don't have DisplayPort, or they don't have a VESA mount on the back. Like there's always something. Like I come across them, they're like $299 for a 24-inch or something. Like, oh, that's right in the wheelhouse. Like I don't want to break the bank, but I almost think I'm gonna have to be honest, because I want at least 2K, 144 hertz. You know, that's gonna come at a cost. So The land of Crossbell itself will be the basis of our greatest ceremony yet. I think the last one I saw, and I'm trying to think what I think it didn't have a mount on the back, was a set of Dell monitors that was on Black Friday, and everything looked great. I think they were 4K. Oh, the other weird thing about those ones was there was no 2K. I think that was the weird, like it did a weird upscale. So unless you had the hardware, which I assume my 3060 could probably do 4K. I don't know how that would work with streaming and whatnot, or whether that, because it doesn't matter. 4K streaming is not anything for anybody. But it's either I'm playing at 1080 still, which okay, I've lived with it for many years. I'm more after the refresh rate, but I wouldn't mind having a little bit extra resolution at my fingertips. You know, that's why I don't need the 4K, but the 2K would be nice. And that's also like the PlayStation and the Xbox, they're all doing those different resolutions. PC gaming, you can set whatever, so that's all easy enough. But yeah, those, once you get into those talks, you're looking at $499 a monitor, and I need two. I want matching. The geofront is a byproduct of the magical science and the cross-section of orbital engineering and the Kwa family's alchemy. It's the foundation that allows for such a large and complex ceremony to be feasible. So what do you still haven't explained yet? It's witchcraft, Ellie. Witchcraft. Lloyd, you don't understand anything. I'm just going to be brutally honest with you here. The alchemists who built Stargazer's tower and supplied the cult with the advanced technology. What about the Moon Temple? The Kwa family, wasn't it? That's I think what she was telling us. Wait.
でもそう考えると辻褄が合います。それじゃあキーヤちゃんが眠っていた。
That means the cradle that Kia was slumbering in was built by them.
もちろん黒い助が教団に提供した。
So if you remember, that was in the previous game, I believe, that you saw that Kia was in this bubble. She's led to be about 500 years ago. Yeah, so yeah, like this is all starting to make sense. So delivered to the cult by the Kwa family hundreds of years ago and granted them their object of worship, and in turn they did as we wanted. And now obviously they're trying to harness her power or something. We don't even know like what her power really is. Like Kia's story really hasn't been very well explained outside of a few things that have happened in game. Like in the previous game, we found her in the Schwartz auction. She was, you know, a little girl, but sort of mysterious. We decided to take her in. We found out that she's been in a bubble, so she's like 500 or 600 years old, even though she's a child. And when we came back to the Castle of Mirrors before, for the theme park trip, she went around everywhere and was glowing, and even at the SSS building, she was glowing. Like, so I assume she's got some hidden powerful powers, you know, at her fingertips, and that's why these people are trying to get it. So you can think of the cult as nothing more than a puppet. And though I doubt those fools had the wherewithal to ever realize it. So they didn't know like what they had. Snacks, good? Good stuff. Turn the heater on. It's getting cold in here again because it's -7, -12 with the wind chill. That's cold. Oh, and I should add that Arios here has no relationship to the Kwa family outside of a professional one. Well, I mean, look, he's probably just getting paid. That's how these relationships, unless of course you two are or bumping uglies. You know, that's always on the table with these games, right? You never know. He's just merely a collaborator who agrees and endorses our project. Oh, so maybe he was promised something like Shinjuku getting her eyesight back. Could be one of those deals. What's gotten into you? You're going along with this bullshit? Is that what you call it? Bullshit? Well, you're not wrong. I agree in some respects, not all. Hey, how rude of you. However, they have the power necessary, and in order for me to bring about the change that so what is it that he's seeking? I'll gladly go along with this little fantasy of theirs. I love how he's just blatantly saying, like, I'll run with it. Like, you know, in order for me to get what I need, I'll go along with what they're doing. Interesting. Super interesting. I don't even see, like, how are we, like, getting to a point of, like, are we fighting them? Like, we don't stand a chance against these people. We got murdered by Demon Wald, you know, a chapter or two ago. You okay? Okay. This is all a little bit too much to take in. I'm not sure what to make of everything we've heard. But I know one thing, and that's one truth that's certain. There's no way in hell I'm letting you drag Kia into these delusions. Do you hear me, Kia? Come on. Like, I think she's probably not going to be able to just tiptoe past Maria Bell and Arios and come into our hands. Yeah. There's no reason to put yourself through this. You should be with us, smiling, not sitting there in pain. Oh, Lloyd. Lloyd has made what he wants perfectly clear. What is it that you want? Oh. Maybe we'll start to realize what her true powers are. What's wrong? You want to run over here to us? Jump into Lloyd's arms like always? Is that where you really want to belong? Where you'll feel safe? That's right. We've known for a long time that you're a unique little girl, but it has never stopped us from loving you, no matter what. Oh man, this is heartbreaking. Looks like you're all having the time of your lives. Is that Campanella the Fool? It is, with the Professor, Novartis. Then we got the Steel Maiden. I'm not going to attempt to say what her name is. I feel like there should be 4 people there, right? Mr. Snacks. Ouroboros. So you're connected with them too. Well, I think we could have figured that out. Just a mutual benefit. So sort of the same way that it's working out for Arios and you guys. Everyone's in each other's pants, apparently. I take this to mean that your preparations are complete? Oh, but of course. I think you'll be pleased with the progress that has been made. The bells, too, are ready to toll. All that remains is to turn the key. Okay. Is there a big key? Is it like a giant key, much like a giant check you'd get like on TV or something? Give me a goldfish? Okay. Thank you. That's a nice boy. I'm not opposed to filling in all the gaps for your guests, though. Oh, I mean, fill me in here. Let me know what's going on. Oh, apparently there's a deadline here that we don't have time for this. Well, here they come. Wait, who comes?
何を言っている。何が時間切れ
Who's
だった
coming?
決まっている。
The invasion of... Oh. Is he meaning the... What's the matter? You want E-I-E-I-O? Yes? No? Is he meaning the invasion of Crossbell? Is this happening right now?
帝国軍と共和国軍の侵攻
The
だ。
Imperial and Republican armies are at our doorstep. Wait, are they trying to stop this too? What's going on? Different show? Okay, you gotta tell me what show. Wanna go for a nap? I think you need a nap before we go to Grandpa and Grandma's. Yeah, Baby Shark? This one? Alright, I'm gonna take a quick little piss break. Can I put you in your bed? Wanna go in your bed? No? Before shit hits the fan here. So give me like 2 seconds and we will be right back.
Committing a crime of the first degree. I'm not pretending. I mean what I'm saying. I'm coming in with my hands held high. Gotta face it, I'm not gonna make it without your love, and I got nowhere to go. Don't you see what you're doing to me? I'm in love and I can't break free. Now I'm begging with you, baby. Please don't leave me hanging. Oh, no, no, no. It's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping. Your love has got me doing time. You're my attorney, my judge and jury. I'm pleading guilty, so lock me up for a key. Oh, wait. Yeah. I said lock me up for a key. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Lock me up for a key. You can't restrain me. You can search me. I'll give it all up just to be with you. I'm so happy. Now you got me. I'll surrender all my love to you. Don't you see what you're doing to me? I'm in love and I can't break free. Now I'm begging with you, baby. Please don't leave me hanging. Oh, no, no. It's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping. Your love has got me doing time. You're my attorney, my judge and jury. I'm pleading guilty, so lock me up for a key. Oh, yeah. I said lock me up for a key. Yeah. Ooh, lock me up for a key.
It's never long enough, is it, for anybody? But back to the gameplay where, as I said, shit has hit the fan. Oh. I think you need a nap. Have a nap? Have a nap? Can I put you for a nap? Yes. 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 Apparently you can't argue with a 2-year-old. It doesn't go over well. Pick a show. Want this one? Super Animal Show? This one? But we just had Baby Shark on. Not the right Baby Shark, I guess, apparently. Anyways, so, I mean, we want to see the show, but, oh, that's a hell of a weapon right there, too. Okay, well, what's happening? Lightning? Oh, like, is this a portal? They have TVs? They can just bring them up? Anime! Great. Oh, we just open the doors for these people? That's It's a hell of a cannon right there. Oh, they build these things on rails. Why don't we just stop the rails? That thing can't go where there's no tracks. Oh, it's not going out that far. What gate is that at? Guerrilla Fortress. So these are places we don't really know of or seen. Okay, some smaller tanks. Is that like the 32nd Infantry? Is that how they name this? Shit's hitting the fan. Tangram Hill, I recognize that. That one I know of. Oh, I forgot. Some of them have airships. Crossbell doesn't have an air force. They're cool looking tanks though. Sun is going crazy. Those are more like akin to a helicopter. It's like I think like Lloyd's sitting there thinking like, oh my god, like we've got to go out and stop this, despite the fact that we can't stop this. We're not capable. But I'm confused. Like, so this is going right into Crossbell's president's plan. At least I think so. Well, what is he? No, they don't stand a chance. Correction, we already have the key to stopping them. She's right here. Oh, so she's the secret? There's the fourth member. President Kwa. To our guests from the society, you have my thanks for cooperating in our project. You as well, Arios and Bell, everything seems to be going smoothly. So far. The rest is in her hands. So, it's as he says, Kia. You understand what you must do now, yes? You're the only one who can resolve this crisis for us. I mean... she's gonna do it. Okay, so that's like that healthy glow we see from her. She's powering something here, whatever it is. No. I mean, basically all she's doing is powering an RGB, power core or something. That's what it looks like to me anyways. Good girl. Okay, so that's the crossbell. Yes, buddy. Yeah, it's a baby. Yes. That's a bus and a teacher and JJ. So that's why they had to steal the. Just getting smacked here. Steal the bell, and then they have ones everywhere else. Yes. You want Coco Melon on? So I don't know what the bells are doing. Are they just gonna murder everybody? Is this like the Star Wars when they're shooting the cannons? There's no barrier there for anybody. They could fall right over. No barriers, though. Not allowed. Imagine you were standing in here. But what about Jonas? Was he just chilling out in the geofront C-section while this is all going on, or what? Now you all have cancer. Oh, well, he's in there. What is going on? Well, I don't know, Jonas. Orcus Tower is absorbing converted orbital energy? Oh, okay. That's why you guys built that thing. Okay. I don't know what Maria Bell's doing. Does she think like her little additional power there is helping out or what? No, Kia, what are you doing? I don't even know what she's doing. But this makes sense. Like, if he knows how to stop, like, I don't know what they're doing. Are they just like eliminating him like a Thanos snap? I don't know what's happening, but really, we don't even know what's happening. I assume some violence is happening. Oh, well, if you would like to stop them, you're gonna have to deal with me, the divine blade of wind. If you wish to pass, you'll have to go through me. Show me the SSS, the barrier that Sergei, Guy, and I could not overcome. Show me that you have the strength we didn't. Wow. Don't let him rattle you. It's 4-on-1. It's 4-on-1 against Arios McLean. That's the worry. But are we all turning on our rabbit ears here, or what? Cat ears? Rabbit ears? I guess it's all be on. Okay, we got a critical. That's something. Of course, Tio, the one person we care about. Can you just imagine that just murdered us? I think I want to say, do I have some food for CP? I do not. I have 1 for 5. That is terrible. God, that sucks. I'll stick with the plan as we've done. You know, let's see what works for us here. What are we getting at? No idea even what powers he has. Schneizers. Oh, we are gonna get the burst up though. So that. Oh, for crying out loud! Can we just hit them? We can't even hit him. We hit him for 6. And that was a critical. Okay. Okay. This doesn't look like this is going well for us currently right now. So, at least she has enough for that. I mean, what are we throwing here? Calamity Claw? Sure. Might do something to him. I don't know. Let's get Randy. Might be close enough there. Former A-rank bracer turned Secretary of Defense defeats foes with swift swordplay. Yeah, he certainly does. If you could kill just anybody here, just murder Tio. Didn't really pay attention to this much. And Randy too. Great. Yep. All right. Okay, this is going terribly. I had to look up the strategy on how to defeat him. Dark Fantasy Realms, it's going to be a rough go, I think. At least with the start here. I mean, we didn't even really we weren't even able to tickle him here because he was a cocksucker. I have to. The auto mod does not like the word cocksucker. How are you, buddy? All right, everyone's back up and alive and well. I'm not happy about the whole situation there, but maybe we can get a heal out there. Oh, just disaster zones. Can we even use... I mean, so certain things will work on him. Like his speed is down. Get everyone to attack quickly. I don't know. He's gonna murder us. He just... Don't stand a chance here. There's a way to defeat him because I did it, but it's a very specific... Oh, so is this one of those things of where, like... We could... You don't necessarily have to defeat him? Like one of those things? Made sure everyone besides Lloyd was away from him. Okay, so just let Lloyd take the beatings. Makes sense. I don't want him to have that. He was at like 80% evasion for this fight. Lloyd was your evasion tank. Oh, see, like I haven't even built anything that way. Like that's the other thing too, right? Like I'd have to take like a deep look, I think, after that. What are you using? Queen Dong? Oh god. Okay. Like, and I haven't even done anything to him yet either. Like, that's the other thing. Like, so basically you nail Arios with magic attacks from the other party members while keeping Lloyd next to Arios and keeping him occupied. Magic attacks, eh? I can do that. I'm so worried about him just, like... He's gonna murder everybody. Oh, for crying out loud. This sucks! Oh, why does he suck so much? But you gotta pull Orios away from the other members, or move them, right? So like, God. Now this went well. Oh, this is terrible. Like he's just one. He hits like a truck. Like you can't even do anything. I just let him defeat you. You don't have to beat him. Yeah. I mean, you probably get some extra points, right? Like it's certainly looking that way. I mean, I'll exhaust all my options. I mean. You see, it's gonna happen or it's not gonna happen, so. 513 point. That was like my big attack. I don't know how you did it there, Dark Fantasy. I don't know how you did it. I don't think we can seal them. I don't think any of those peak will seal. Maybe. I don't know. Give it a whirl. For Christ's sakes. Of course he's gonna heal. Oh yeah, put us out of our misery with a giant attack. Why did you prevent that? He just did 25,000 damage to everybody. Kudos to you for beating him. God damn you. So basically just nail him with magic attacks at 500 a bit, and I don't know. Well, so that's took you 3 tries. Good on you. So this is like the second enemy we've come across. We haven't even bothered to even try the Steel Maiden, but Demon Wald kicked our ass. Secretary Arios kicked our ass. Again, these were both fights that I guess you can beat them, maybe, or at least I assume like you don't defeat him. You do enough damage to Secretary Arios where he's like, okay, I've had enough of you morons. I'm leaving, but you're not getting past me, and then everything just continues on, I guess. Or maybe you do. You kill him, and he's all over and done with. As you are, you'll never be able to protect what's important to you. Everyone! What is happening? Only a glancing blow to quiet them down. You can't have them interrupting your concentration, you know? Things might not end so well. I know. I don't know what they've put into her head that, like... So she's gonna prevent the 2 armies from invading. I don't know what she's powering. Glowing like Mr. Burns. Or is she just, is she disappearing? More anime time. This is it. This is the moment. Where she becomes almighty, the true god. Oh, are they... Is it a barrier? It looks like a barrier is surrounding Crossbell. Those poor people that live at Mishalam, they're not getting one. Or it's like an eye? I'm so confused. So is she dead? What happened to her? I can't see with all the lights. This light's super powerful. Everyone throw on their shades right now. What's happening? The spiritual density is so high, all 7 elements are lit as fuck. Okay. Did they just create a new god? Her hair went from green to blue.
キーちゃん
Is she even Kia anymore? Is she wearing like a Mishi costume? What's going on here? A rousing success. And with that, the Septarian of Mirage has finally been revived. Oh. Oh, actually, this is the birth of something beyond that. The creation of the Septarian of Zero. The what? The Septarian of Zero?
なんだそりゃ。
ロイド
Loido. She knows who we are. And she's alive.
キア。本当に
Is that really you, Kia?
キアなのか。
Yep.
ベル行こう
Let's go, Belle. Wait, are you just forgetting about us? Like, what's...
わかりましたわ
Very well.
アリオスさんここはお任せし
Take care of him if you would there, Arios, please. Thank you.
承知した。
Understood. If you can fly now. If you want to join our party now, that'd be really great. You know, really helpful right now. You might be more powerful than Arios now.
ごめんね今までありがとう
I'm sorry. And thank you for everything.
大好きだよみんな
I love you all. So now do we have to fight Arios again? Are they getting themselves a convenient airship?
Oh.
Boy, he's excited.
ほう。
Okay, so their theory was correct. They were all working together.
おめえ。
Wald is back to normal, apparently.
へえなんかす
She
ご
being glowy and awesome looking, right? Yeah, we had sort of jumped on that the last stream of this a couple days ago. Dark Fantasy was before they dropped the bomb. I sort of was with Baker. Now we were theorizing of like because they tell you that the Red Constellation did not have a contract with either Bonerville, Erebonia, or the Republic of Calvard. And so then you start thinking like, well, who else would have had a contract with them? Like, and then it started making sense. Like Baker was just sort of telling like, look into it a little deeper. You might actually stumble into it. And I was like, well, the only other one that makes sense is if this was planned from the start by Qua to get the independence thing going, it would make sense to make it look like, you know, neat little package all happened.
キア君。
It was a mind fuck. That's what that was.
冗談に習って。巫女殿の通り。
Yeah, no, actually, perhaps it'd be more appropriate to call you the Divine Child, just as the cult did. The Divine Child.
よくぞ再びこの世界に。
Thank you for once again appearing in this world. Wait, so it was like it still shows up as Kia,
黒い助の現当主としてお迎えできて光栄。
was Kia replaced, or was Kia always this Septarian thing? She always okay. Yes, I know she's over 500 years old because in Zero, you know, there's her like sleeping in that green orb thing when you find her, or you know, you sort of get her backstory. So I know she's super old before she ended up at the shorts auction. But it never really explained her past, really. Like, there'd be bits and pieces of her glowing at times, like when we went to visit Michelin before. She would, you know, she was going around the Castle of Mirrors and glowing and looking at things, and then when she was at the SSS by herself, she looked out the window and started to glow. So she obviously knew of this. She just didn't tell anybody, which is even the bigger thing. Like, not an issue, but we gotta go and pick up our newly received gift. Oh, gifts! It's Christmas.
そうだったな。ようやく私の
Well, it's always nice to see your hard work finally pay off. To you, the inheritor of the great treasure's power, and on behalf of the Grand Master of Ouroboros, allow me to congratulate you on your rebirth. They're hardly adequate for such an occasion, but I hope you will accept these gifts. Please, take them. What were you giving us, like, you know, some cat treats or something, or? We still didn't really see what stopped the invasion until possibly right now. They've called the Power Rangers. They've called upon Voltron. These aren't like your Patermaters, are they? Say hello to machinery known as Aeons. Business is picking up. Oh, you stepped on Kia. You crushed her. So Patermater isn't an Aeon then, correct? That was just like something built by the studio? Okay. They're so cool, they are. So who's getting these toys? Divine Archaisms, the Aeons. 3 interfaces ready to create the miracles of Septarion. They've exceeded every expectation I had. Thank you, our esteemed guest from the society. I am in your debt. Ions, the A is silent. A, okay. Well, that wouldn't be a Jordan stream if we just didn't, you know, say things the wrong way now, of course. It's the least we can do to repay your gracious financial assistance. Wait, who would, you know, the IBC president helping out? He's thanking you for providing me an avenue to apply all of my Gordius class research. Unless we forget this too, the will of our Grandmaster Sexay. So who is the Grand Master of all of this? Like, it's not Qua, I don't think. Like, who's the head of the Ouroboros Society people? I feel like we beat them up, but they never go away. Kia, will you please do the honors? Like, what are the honors? Like, do they mold together and make a bigger robot? Or do you have to give them their orders? These guys have no idea what they're about to stumble on into. "12 o'clock, sir." Oh, God. That'll do it. Did you guys just see what that thing did to them? I think Crossbell's now a superpower. You think if you saw these guys in the tanks, you'd be like, oh, yeah, can we turn back? Can we turn back? You're about to get carpet bombed. Now, who's gonna clean this up? Huh? Who's gonna clean this mess up on the road? How's the bus supposed to get around? I got a feeling as a Crossbell citizen, our taxes are about to go back up. Who's paying for these things? That was Calvert. Here's Bonerville. The mayor of Bonerville is not going to be happy this is happening. That's a big boy. Yeah, that didn't work out. Oh, feel free. That thing was swatted away like a fly. The Red Constellation was hired by Chancellor Osborne to protect him at the trade conference, right? Well, yes. That was what they went on about. Yes, that was the because we were led to believe when they were killing the terrorists at the end of the trade conference that was part of their deal, and it wasn't. Their deal was to protect Osborne, and then they had a new deal, like you said, with Dieter. But we were confused, thinking that the deal with Chancellor Osborne was the one that also included taking care of the terrorists, right? And this is Gary Elaforte. Yeah, so these are places we've not seen before.
第五機構試練が壊滅しただと。信じがたいことですが、巨大な人型が現れて、
One called Darth Vader
なぎ払ったと。
mowed them down like they were nothing.
何よバカな。
Nonsense. No, it's not nonsense.
まあいい。そっちがその気ならば、こちらも容赦はせん。
Oh, okay. This isn't going to go well for this guy. Not at all.
列車砲起動。目標クロスベルシ。
Oh.
せめてもの情けだ。民間人の密集地は避けてやれ。
Oh. At least he has a little bit of a heart.
Yo!
I thought it looked like a barrier had gone around Crossbell, though, from when they did the whole bells thing, and it looked like a barrier had gone up. So I don't know. Maybe this railgun will murder someone. I don't know. Okay, I was gonna say it looked like a barrier went up, like a magical barrier. They're not gonna like that when they use these. Oh, you shot me right in the face. Oh, this guy's like, nah, that's not gonna happen. Who needs a barrier when you have those things? The ions. Oh, this guy's got stealth. Oh, no. Oh, are they going to be... oh. I was gonna be like, are you just gonna put a barrier so they're stupid enough to just shoot themselves and it's gonna blow up right there? No, you're just gonna make them disappear. Did they send them to the shadow world, or what happened there? Well, someone's excited.
なんだありゃ。
こりゃすごいや。
They are amazing. Robots. Who would have known, right?
よくぞ言ったもんだね。
Septarian of Zero. Eh? Not a bad name you've given it.
ゴルディアス級最
The
終
three Gorius class culminations being operated at the same. So who like is Kia operating the ions like, or are they like their own sentient things?
しかも奇跡の代行者として
So basically, that thing just made those railway cannons. Oh, it's Kia. Okay, great. So good. Are we gonna get back into being friends here? Does she still live at the SSS, or did she move on to bigger things now? Does she live at the tower now?
これはあの方
Is
に
she like RoboCop and you hook her on all up to the machines and then you feed her some type of weird looking gruel or something?
確かに大したもん
No doubt they've got some serious power. No doubt. All of this is because of her power.
まあ最初ですと。
However, this is only the beginning. Everything happening right now, the barrier and those ions, it's all her. Wow. She seems... Seems like she doesn't want to do this, but like, what are her other options? Does she just let Crossbell get taken over, or does she... I don't... Like, we're still trying to find why did she choose to help them, I guess, right?
今この瞬間をもって
See, but you know what's funny?
となった
When I lurk into a Neil Matter stream, and I saw a bunch of these like robots behind people, that wasn't Ren, right? And I have no thought of what's going on. But are those other people's ions, or do other people have like access to like Patermaters? Like, I know I'm talking about a game that I haven't even played yet, that we're getting to, and we're jumping ahead of ourselves, and I appreciate no spoils because we don't like that, but everything's starting to make a little bit more sense. Of maybe those aren't ions. Okay, so those are just people have their own Patermaters, probably. At this moment, Crossbell has become the new holy ground of Zemuria, and Zemuria is the country. Are we replacing that new city, the holy city of Arterius, or whatever they called it?
拠点に
With this, the power of the Empire and the Republic has been toppled. Oh my God, we're inventing the New World Order again. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall.
我が黒い助の理想と正義世界に
Zemuria is the world, okay.
中心に
And the world will bear witness to the ideals and justice of all. Dear God, now we have a family running it. It's not a family show. I feel like Sephiroth is going to make an appearance or something. There's a lot of confetti going on here. So what's the name of... Oh, okay. Can't believe this. You should see what's going on outside.
私たち夢でも見ているの。
That would be known as a nightmare, Ellie, but no, this is all true. Even nightmares are not this cruel.
その通りだ奇跡の後にも
Behind every miracle is a harsh reality.
いたぞ
There they are.
ご無事ですか
Someone's out here to bail out McLean when he doesn't need it? Oh, God. It's the CDF. I mean, technically, aren't we a part of them? I mean, unless they want to snuff us out. They've sort of realized that we're going to be independent of what's going on. You gonna arrest us?
抵抗は無駄です。
Was that Fran? No, it was Noelle. She leaves the SSS. Well, the only thing that makes you question is, did she know this was happening and that's why she chose to leave the SSS? It makes you think, assume so, right? Yeah, screw her. Well done. It's time I return to the tower. Please handle their arrest. Oh, so it went from murdered them to, okay, sure, I'll take care of that, to now arresting us. Roger, Dodger. Roger, Roger. Wow. What are you gonna do, Lloyd? Oh yes, the villain has to explain all that was happening, right? Been cooperating with the Kwa family for years. Was it you? Are you the one who killed my brother, Guy? Oh no. Oh no. He snuffed him out. Holy sh... Oh, this is heavy, Doc. That's where I'm going to end the stream. Worked out well at the end of a chapter. I got to go work, unfortunately, this evening. But tomorrow. I want to play Halo, but I want to play this. Oh my god. I don't know. I don't even know what to say to all this. It's crazy. I thank you all tuning in. I don't even know what to think of everything that just happened and took place. Especially that little drop of the bomb at the end there. But Jesus, I mean, it gets better and twistier. Oh, like get excited, it's like an old nipple twist. Oh god. Anyways, Fantasy Realms, Penguins, I thank you for tuning on in. It's a good one. It's a fun one. Anybody that was lurking on as well, Christ almighty. Tomorrow, continuing on, I might even get up a little early just to get back on it. As always, as Kenny Omega says, ladies and gentlemen, goodbye and good night. Tomorrow, more than meets the eye, I think. That's how it works. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm just going to go over here and twist my nipples. Goodbye.